Hi, this is Dan Smith of DPS Legal Counsel, and welcome to today's Facebook Live video. I'm wearing my video cap, and today's cap says Oxford University in England. And the reason I'm wearing that cap is because my daughter spent a semester there at Oxford when she was in college. My wife and I went there and visited her. We loved the city, we loved the school, and so today the video cap is Oxford University. Today's video is going to answer the basic question, what is an LLC and why might you want to have one for your business? Yesterday I talked about what is an S corporation and why you might want to have that for your business. And so continuing that little series, we're going to talk today about LLCs. And so what is an LLC? An LLC is an unincorporated business organization that is set up under state law and provides essentially the liability protection benefit of a corporation with the pass-through benefit of a partnership. It's the best of both worlds of a corporation and a partnership. You get the liability protection of a corporation, you get the pass-through benefit of a partnership all in one entity. And that's essentially what an LLC is. It has become probably the most common, most popular business organization form for small businesses in the United States because of the great benefits that it does provide. So, why would you want to have liability protection? Well, that's pretty obvious. If you're operating a business, you want to have a protection as the owner of your own personal assets from the assets of the business. And so that if your business has a lawsuit, you don't want that risk, that liability of the business to kind of bleed over into your own personal assets. And so an LLC, as well as a corporation, provides that liability protection for you. Why would you want to have pass-through status for your entity? Well, the great benefit of having a pass-through entity is that the business entity itself is not a tax-paying entity. So yesterday we talked about S corporations. Again, they are pass-through entities. Partnerships are pass-through entities, but a general partnership doesn't provide liability protection. But an LLC as a pass-through entity is not a tax-paying entity itself, but its income, loss, deduction, or credits flow through to its owners, and then they are reported on the owner's tax returns and taxes are paid. It's a great combination of benefits of both a corporation and a partnership all in one in an LLC. You can, if you wish, elect with the Internal Revenue Service to have your LLC treated as an S corporation if you want to. And the benefit of an S corporation for tax savings on employment taxes would then be available to you in your LLC. But you would lose the flexibility of it being a true LLC if it is operated as essentially an S corporation. So that goes beyond the basics of what we're going to talk about today. Just know that you have S corporations, which are pass-through and limited liability protection. You have LLCs, which are pass-throughs and limited liability protection. S corporations can provide some tax savings on employment taxes with proper planning. LLCs really cannot, because as the owners of the LLC, you cannot be an employee of your own LLC, so you can't do the same planning as you can with a sub-S corporation, but the LLCs have more flexibility than a S corporation. So that's all just beyond the basics of what we're going to talk about today. But that's out there for you to keep in mind when you're making your choice of entity for your business. The last thing I want to mention is an LLC, if it is a Tennessee business, is going to be subject to the Tennessee franchise and excise tax. And so you're trading off, you're getting the liability protection but you're trading off being subject to Tennessee franchise and excise tax. For most businesses, almost any business, that's a trade that you're going to probably want to make, because if you don't choose to set up a separate entity for your business, if you were to operate as a sole proprietorship, for example, or if you had more than one owner as a general partnership, you're just not going to get that liability protection, and that's a pretty high price to pay in order to be not be subject to the Tennessee franchise and excise tax. But again, that's just something for you to keep in mind when you're thinking about your business organization. Okay, that's it for today. Go Oxford University, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.